Good morning, students. Welcome to the next session. And I hope every one of you understood about chapter 1. And I think every one of you completed your homework and also classwork in chapter 1. Alright. So today we are going to see chapter 5. So let us enter into today's session now. So your chapter 5, the title of your lesson is data handling. I think every one of you have learned in your lower classes about data handling. In that, what you have seen, so many types of data, and in statistics, something also you have seen in your 7th standard itself, right? So that is a continuation here. In 8th standard also, you are going to learn some types of data and how can you represent the data in the graphical method. And in statistics also somewhat is there, right? Look at here. So how to represent the data in the graph? That is representation of data in the graphical method. So in graphical method already you have seen how to represent the data. That is the titles are pictorial graph, and then bar graph, double bar graph. So everything you have seen in your early classes. So what is pictorial graph? So pictorial graph already you know that is a representation of the graph by means of pictures. That is called pictorial graph, right? And here you are going to see one more graph is nothing but pie chart, right? Pie chart you are going to see, that is how can we represent the data in a circle form. That is called a pie chart. So let us see one by one now. So pictorial graph, that is our pictograph. So it is nothing but representation of the graph by means of the pictures. So look at the graph now. So the horizontal axis is nothing but it contains the name of the things, that is birds and animals. The first one is nothing but bird, and the second one fish, and the third one dogs, and fourth one cats, and last one turtle. And the vertical line represents the number of pets, number of birds, right? Suppose the first one, bird, how many birds are there means, so 2 birds are there, so this corresponds to 2 here, right? And similarly in second, fishes, how many fishes are there, so 3 fishes are there, and is corresponding to the number 3 in your vertical line, right? And then in dog, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dogs are there, therefore it is corresponding to 5 in the vertical line. Similarly, how many cats are there here? So 1, 2, 3. So that is correspond to the vertical line here 3. And similarly, only one turtle is there, that is correspond to 1. So that is a representation of pictograph and by means of the pictures, right? That's why it is called a pictograph or pictorial graph, right? The next one is nothing but, what is the next one? Bar graph. So in bar graph means we have to represent the data in terms of bars. So look at the example here. So here the graph represents what? Can you say what is represented in the graph here? Runs scored by Sachin, right? So here the vertical axis and also horizontal axis. So in the horizontal axis is known as x-axis, and the vertical axis is nothing but y-axis. Already we know that. So here in horizontal axis, that x-axis is represented by means of the number of overs. How many overs are here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 overs are there. And in horizontal, that is in vertical axis, that is in y-axis, the runs are represented here like this. Look at the data here, that is a given data. So here we represented this data in the graph here in by means of the bars, right? So here in the first column of your table shows that the number of overs. So first over, second over, third over, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth over. And here the second column indicates that the runs scored by the particular over. So in the first over, how many runs scored by Sachin? 8 runs. And in the second over, 6 runs. And in third over, 3 runs. And fourth over, 5 runs. And in fifth over, 4 runs. Sixth over, 6 runs. Seventh over, 2 runs. And finally in eighth over, 10 runs scored by Sachin. So how can you represent data in the graph? By means of bars, right? So look at the first bar. The first bar is nothing but in the first over, that is the first over, how many runs scored by Sachin? That is 8. So in the first one, the bar starts at 1, that is in the first over, and end at 8 in the vertical axis, that is Y axis. So in first over 8 runs, and similarly in second over the bar end correspond to 6. That means in second over 6 runs scored, and in the third over the bar end correspond to the number 3 in the vertical axis, that is 3 runs, and similarly fourth bar, fifth bar, and sixth one, seventh one, and also eighth one. The final bar indicates that in eighth over the runs hinted by Sachin is nothing but 10. That's why it stopped at exactly 10 here, right? So that is the example to represent the given data into the bar graph. This and already you have learned in our earlier classes. And one more graph is nothing but double bar graph. I think that also you have seen in your 7th standard itself. So double bar graph is nothing but in the given data there exist 2 different datas but with the same category. So that is called that is under double bar graph, right? So look at the graph here. So look at the data first. So here what are the categories means sports. In sports what are the categories are given? What are the sports are given here? So cricket, basketball, swimming, hockey and athletics given here. So here 2 different informations are given here, that is number of watching persons and number of participating persons, right? So the first information, that is in cricket how many persons are watching there means 1000 persons, and participate person, number of participants is nothing but 600 participants are there in the cricket game. And similarly in basketball 500 is nothing but number of watching persons and 300 is nothing but number of participations. In the similar way, so swimming, hockey, athletics, everything given here, right? So the same sports, but what are the information about the number of watching person and the information about the number of participating persons. So that is the given data. How can we represent this in the graph sheet? A double bar graph means, so it is helpful to compare the data at the same time, right? That is the purpose of double bar graph. So here in cricket, here shaded bar one is there and another one that empty bar. So this empty bar is nothing but represent watching persons. So here represented by like this, and that shaded bars everything indicates that participating persons, right? And here also the scales are mentioned, that is 1 to 100 persons, right? So here the x-axis represents the different games and the y-axis represents the number of persons, right? So in cricket the watching persons 1000, so we have to draw the bar here 1000, here they drawn approximately here, okay? So similarly here 600 participants are there, so it is correspond to 600. And similarly next game basketball, in that basketball, so first bar indicates this number of persons watching, so here 500, so it is correspond to 500. And the number of participants is nothing but correspond to 300, so it is correspond to 300. So that is basketball. And similarly here swimming, and similarly hockey, athletics. So the graph is represented here with the double bars here, double informations are here. So we have to compare the pictures here, that is bars here. In cricket, basketball, swimming, whatever it is. So when we compared the data, which one maximum, okay, it is better to compare the diagram, okay, in the diagram. So which one is the lengthy, that is which one is highest length is nothing but your watching persons only, that is watching persons only. So here itself you can compare which one having minimum height and which one having the maximum height. So in each games, the number of watching persons is nothing but with the highest height here, right? So that is the procedure for representing the given data into double bar graph. So the objective of double bar graph is nothing but for comparing the given data of the relevant information, right? And that is one more example. Look at the data here. Have you understood what is given and what information given here? Just look at carefully. So here that is ABC Private Limited profit. The profit of that company is given here. So for what are the years here? So here 2011 and 2012. For 2 years they are given the information of the profit. The 2 consecutive years, right? And also this is under the category of the double bar graph. So one bar represent the profit at 2011 and second bar represent the profit at 2012. And here x-axis represent the particular month in the particular year, and y-axis is nothing but it is related to profit, right? So in the January month at 2011, it is nothing but nearly 400. That is the between 400 to 500. And in 2012, at the same month January, it is above 500. That is between 500 to 600. That is the information here, right? So when we compare in both of the years, in January, the 2012 got a more profit here. In the similar way in February also in 2012 it has more profit, and in March 2011 only they got a more profit then compared with the 2012. And similarly here also in April also, which one maximum means it's correspond to 2011. So in 2011 only having maximum profit than 2012. So we can the graph says the information here, right? So here this graph is related to what information means that particular company ABC Private Limited profit graph. So it is mentioned for the months January, February, March, April to the corresponding years 2011 and 2012. So here they are comparing the profits. So from diagram itself we can see which one having the maximum profit and which year and which month, right? So that is the procedure. That is the procedure for representing the data in the graph, right? So next we are going to find out, that is next we are going to know about pie chart. So pie chart is nothing but representation of the data inside the circle. Inside the circle, it is nothing but pie chart. So how can we represent data inside the circle? So in actually before itself we have seen 3 categories. One is pictorial graph, bar graph and double bar graph. In that everything we have seen in the vertical axis and also in the horizontal axis by means of x-axis and y-axis. And we have to represent the data in the form of a bars also, right? Now we are going to represent some data and whatever it is inside the circle, right? So for that we need one formula, something but central angle. So central angle is nothing but value divided by total into 360 degree, right? Why it is 360 degree means I already told that we are going to represent the data inside the circle, that is called a pie chart. So what is the total angle of circle? It is nothing but 360 degree. So that we are mentioned here into 360 degree. That means we are going to convert the observations, everything into angle or into some degrees, right? So that here the formula is like the value divided by total into 360 degree. So in the next slide we are going to know how to draw pie chart for the given data. So let us continue from the next video.